Before the Raiders were set to play the Denver Broncos, some of you said earlier this week, including some Raider players, that the Oakland Raiders should retain Tony Sporano as head coach. I disagreed then, and after the Broncos game, I reiterate my disagreement. The Raiders lost to the Broncos 47-14, and I remind you that the Broncos scored over 40 points against the Raiders twice this year, at the Coliseum and in Denver. This is ugly. Now, of course, there were great plays like this one on defense that we see courtesy NFL Network, and one more reminder of why I think this play is not something you should do. Gets tipped, recovered because it's a lateral. It's a touchdown. So the Raiders, open up quite well. But then, this is an example of why the Raiders don't, under Tony Sporano, win. And let me show you what's happening. If it's not, for example, let me scroll back just a little bit with what I'm talking about here. And we'll start with this pass to Julius Thomas, the Broncos tight end. If the system cooperates. Yeah, here we go. Okay, look. Bump and run coverage. Low rover. And single high safety. And look what happens. You see that? They get confused in the breaks coming out of there. Oh, watch. See that? See how I got burned again? In that? Makes you wonder where the ripple is type of coverage is in here, right? See that? Look. He comes out of the break. That's a patented Broncos play. They've done that many times before. If you drop back in that formation, you drop back the outside linebacker, guess what? You could force a high throw and an incompletion. Didn't happen. The Raiders should know the Broncos run that. So if it's not that play, it's this one. Remember, wait, hold on a second. Remember Trey Mason? I gotta ask you. Remember Trey Mason when he ran for, I believe it was 90 yards against the Raiders earlier this year? Trey Mason, the running back with the Rams, who was almost the Heisman Trophy winning Auburn running back of last year. Remember that guy? Well, this year, about to be last year. Remember that guy? Remember that it was an off-tackle play. It was actually a cutback that went where the Raiders weren't, caused the Raiders to pursue to the left, and he went to the right. Keep that in mind, okay? Because take a look at this. I want you to take a look at this really good, okay? Running back, Mr. Anderson, okay? Watch what happens. Takes the hand off. Look at the defense. Stop right there. Look at the defense. Look, let's go back a little bit. Right there. Like right there. Look at let's go back again. Yeah, see that? See the defense over pursue. See the defense over pursue. They all go to the left. Where does he go? Backside to the right. And what does he do? He takes off and scores. That's film study, folks. That's adjustments. We got clocked. And so you say, retain Sporano. And I say, no, because this team is not good under Coach Sporano at using data to form and then adjust game plans. And it's why, it is the singular reason why this team appears so streaky. It does well against one organization and not so well against the other. Because it doesn't design it and then adjust game plans to address the particular patterns of an organization like the Broncos. That play that I showed you is a Broncos staple at that point in the game. The Raiders had no specific answer for it. So, wow. Sporano? No. Under a coach that appreciates data, that shellacking doesn't occur.